I need everybody to have a book on my show that comes out so I can cover my stomach up. I can just. This is good. This is perfect. Whatever book if I ever do a book, I'm gonna do a real big ass book, so I can just hold it out like this. Welcome to another episode of $20 Chef. Today I'm with Miss Serena Wolf, and we got your new book right here. This book looks awesome, The Dude Diet.
Thank you.
It's good and heavy. I mean, you know, it's
125 recipes in there.
That's a lot of recipes. How did you come up with The Dude Diet?
My now husband, my then boyfriend, when we moved in together, he's like a nutritional idiot, for lack of a better term.
Okay,
he's not
all in
anymore,
shape?
but he just like didn't know anything about nutrition and was eating like meat, cheese, white bread, Coors Light, you know.
Yeah.
Standard dude
stuff.
diet, high quality items. And like didn't want to eat anything healthy and was like, I'm not gonna eat weird vegan shit, which is weird because I'm not a vegan or enjoy weird shit. But it was like, you can still eat nachos, cheesesteaks, tacos, all of this stuff just with less processed ingredients if you cook them yourself. And he slowly but surely came around, and like I knew if I could get him to eat it because he's the pickiest eater of all time. I had a shot with other dudes, and then I was the private chef for a couple guys on the Giants for a few years cooking this kind of stuff. Here we are.
Perfect. This is white people tacos, if you didn't know. That's when you go with the
ground beef?
Yeah, you go with the ground beef, and it's good. It's Taco Bell style action, and that's what I love. So you want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
All right, come on. I'm going to let you run the show here, and I'm just going to be your helper.
Do you have a little bowl for me?
Yes. Only because I have a girlfriend now. If you met me when I was single, I would have no little bowls.
So what we're going to do first is make like a Taco Bell spice mix. It's sort of like the stuff you get in a packet. That's perfect. You know the stuff you get in a packet that's like most people associate with their childhood tacos, like you said, white people tacos. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of all of these. This is smoked paprika,
I thought I had chili powder.
It's okay if you don't, we'll make it work.
I smoke a lot of weed, I just want you to know that. So some things get forgotten. But here's what we're gonna do. You don't mean that you have to forget it because the recipe is still in there.
It's gonna be fine.
So I'll put some in right here.
Yeah, so you put in the chili powder. We've got smoked paprika, cumin.
Also, I know you're organized and you're like a real chef, but
yes.
we don't measure. I'm not a real. I'm an internet bootleg chef.
I've seen you cook before. You've got serious skills.
See,
Clearly
look,
never used this garlic powder before.
That's a fresh purchase right there. That was today.
So we got these spices in. We are also putting in some pretend oregano.
Yep.
I'm gonna give those a little bit of a stir because we're gonna add them to the meat later. Because we're just gonna throw this in and cook it for like, I don't know, this is more than usual. So
this
like
is 2
8,
pounds.
10 minutes, 2 pounds. And then what I like to do is like be really aggressive with, breaking it up.
Okay.
Because when you eat Taco Bell, like the meat's really, really tiny.
It's also a lesson as well. Like, you can't break up soft. If you want it to be a clean break, it's gotta be an aggressive break.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna
Do you want to do it?
I'll just get in there.
Better muscle. But you gotta really get in there, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit about Taco Bell. It's delicious, but
it's just it's enough stuff in there that drunk people can look past. That's really what it is.
Exactly. And I don't think I've eaten sober Taco Bell in a really long time, so it tastes pretty good.
Not too many people eat it during the day. It's either something hammered or because your net worth is about $9.
But the thing about this is like I'm using 90% lean. You could use like whatever you wanted. We're gonna strain it like in this like you would pasta to soak it up. There's not gonna be that oil slick on top of it. And then you're also just saving yourself some fat and calories and like not really sacrificing any of the flavor because we're gonna add it.
How long did it take you to put together a 125 recipe book?
I had a year to write it.
Okay.
I mean, that was a very weird eating year because like when you're testing recipes, there were definitely phases where I was like, oh, I've only eaten healthy meatloaf and like oatmeal chocolate chip cookies for 5 days.
Yeah.
But I tested those recipes a million times, and then I had people test them at home and send me feedback, which like there is such a thing as too much feedback. You send out the same recipe and somebody's like, loved it, thought I could use a little more kick, and somebody's like, what the fuck, this burned my face off, like I hate this recipe.
Yep. But this is pretty it doesn't get much easier to start cook here. We gotta cut up some vegetables.
Yeah.
You just cook the meat up and you just serve it up. I mean, it's pretty
much foolproof.
The grocery store I go to, they only had like 4 Roma tomatoes left, and they were all the busted ass ones, so I didn't get them. The last thing you want to do is ever buy the last 4 or 5 tomatoes. Those are just busted up,
or
beat down,
like
and battered
not
tomatoes.
Even red, like the ones that are like pink. What's your go-to taco order?
I like street tacos.
Order.
So I'm going
tacos.
carne asada tacos with cilantro, onion, lime, and salsa, and that's a wrap. And hopefully they have like some radishes there, or maybe some cucumbers.
We're good to go here. This meat is like really tiny, like we wanted. See all that really sexy fat draining right through the colander.
All the Taco Bell juice is leaving.
Just to be gross, that's like how much is coming off of there.
I sweat that out most of the time on Saturday mornings.
So I just added the spice mix. So we're gonna cook that for about just a minute to get those spices nice and toasty. But you can smell these. I'm like, don't you feel like people always skip toasting the spices because they think it's bullshit, but it's like the most important.
Yeah, I don't think they even think about it. Just like it's not like a very random person thing to do to know, and until you start cooking a lot or you accidentally do it.
I'm gonna I forgot about crushed red pepper, but
we use a lot of crushed red pepper on this set.
I'm gonna put a lot in because I feel like you can handle
Well, we're not soft.
Thoughts on tomato sauce?
I got right here.
When I was private chefing on my first day, like ever, and I was panicked, I went to this guy's apartment and he had no can openers and I had to open a can of tomatoes and only his assistant was there and he was kind of like Turtle from Entourage, you know, just like I'm not really sure what he was doing, but sorry, I'm adding this tomato sauce now, and then I'm gonna add some water. I just had to open this can of tomatoes, like just use my knife, you know, stab it and whatever. And the guy comes home and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I buy some supplies for your kitchen? Like, he's like, yeah, but like, if I don't have a can opener, how'd you open that can? His assistant's like, yo, dude, she was all stabbing it and shit. And then we'll just let this simmer for like 10, 12 minutes until most of the liquid has been absorbed. Gonna add a good amount of salt.
By the way, Himalayan salt is a scam. It's just a way to sell salt for more expensive because it's pink.
Girly salt. People like girly salt.
I'll still have it.
Those are some tiny tomatoes.
Very fine tomatoes.
I like that. This is 100% the easiest weeknight dinner. I mean, honestly, in New York, the amount of time it takes to like get to Taco Bell and wait in line at Taco Bell, I won't like have you ever seen the line in Union Square?
But even if I was by myself, I would still make this many tacos because this is how many I would order if I went to Taco Bell by myself.
But also, like, I'm not convinced that you didn't go through multiple boxes to find a box where all the shells are intact.
They're not all intact. I'm chopping up some jalapeno because I need to get some heat in my life.
Also, I like that this Greek yogurt is here too as an option. I feel like people always choose the sour cream when given the choice of the sour cream versus Greek yogurt, but I can't really tell the difference.
You never know, so I just got both.
All right.
Boom.
Boom, done.
So as far as budget, this definitely flies under the radar. Ground beef is like $5 a pound max. Tomatoes are a couple bucks. The lettuce is like $1. I mean, the shells are a couple of bucks. This is all extremely cheap. So.
And if you cut out a few spices, save a few extra dollars.
Invisible spices really help with the budget.
They really help with the budget. Shall we do some assembly?
Mm-hmm. There's a little station I'll set up over here.
Nice.
I'll let you handle it here. You like my pie dish / everything else dish?
Yes. Shall we make like a pretty taco display?
Now, this is where I wish my cameraman Booze could come around because he used to work the drive-thru at Taco Bell for years until I pulled him out of that and then brought him on as a producer of $20 Chef.
Which job do you think is better?
I think Taco Bell way better. The benefits, you know? This is also great if you ate a lot of free lunch in elementary school. Big fan of Taco Day on free lunch lifestyle.
All right. I'm like manual dexterity here trying to get these into the shells without actually breaking the shells. Juice. Shall we jalapeno all of them or just some of them?
Sure.
There are tacos, we do what we want. I'm also wiping my hands because I have touched my eyes post jalapeno one too many times.
That's how I got a lazy eye to begin with. I think when it comes to the sour cream, I just put it out.
Yeah, I agree.
Buy the tacos, and whoever wants to get in there and just, they can help themselves.
Shall we cheese them or not?
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you cheese them up. There it is. I mean, everyone's gonna throw them out, and people can just go at it,
Yeah, and it's a good game day recipe because you can make 6 pounds of this stuff and just
easily
set it out, and it's no big deal.
All right, it's go time.
Are you ready? I'm gonna eat it over your sink.
Yep, that's the best way to do it. Hey, that's this episode of $20 Chef. We're eating these good-ass tacos, just like at Taco Bell, but way better and at home. And you can get 40 of them for about $18.
Fact.
Thank you, Miss Serena Wolf, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Go to Amazon, the Dude Diet, right here, 125 proven recipes to take care of that dude in your life. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
The invisible oregano.
Still coming through.
It's just making it really nice.